Good morning, all empathic sensitive souls. And just on time, my alarm goes off. How amazing is that? Happy Friday. I hope your week went well. This week, we've been discussing achievements, big or small, and celebrating them, and then learning and growing. Sometimes it's hard to find something to do, to expand, to learn, because we're afraid. And that fear stops us from attempting. I'm very hesitant to start anything new or try anything new, especially if there's people around, because I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't want to be made fun of. I don't want to be laughed at. So I remember back in grade school, I would always, if I failed at something, make a joke of it to put everybody else and myself at ease. But what if when somebody fails and we're watching it, we step in to help or offer support instead of teasing them? Wouldn't that make a big difference in the world? I remember that, and I even do it now. When I start a new game on the phone or a new project or a new anything, if it's a one and done, I can't do it. I have to test it out. I have to see how it works first, and then I can do it. It's always like a trial run. I don't know, just the way my brain works. But instead of getting down on myself that I didn't know something, I have to remember to tell myself, I'm learning. I wouldn't know how to do this. Some people have that natural ability to just know, and that's not me. I have to test everything out. I have to see how things work, how things play together and move, whatever the case may be. But instead of getting down on myself, I try to look at it as that's a good trait. I try to put myself in place of the caveman. And if you ever saw the movie The Croods, everything that was strange and different could kill you. I don't want to be the one that accidentally pokes the electric eel and dies. I want to be the one that stands back and contemplates and looks and watches and see what happens, and then go in and test the water. But that's just how my brain works. Strange that it may be. But then we have to remember that every experience, we can look at it as growth and as learning. Sometimes it's, oh my gosh, I'm never going to do that again. And that's okay. Or sometimes it's, wow, I was pretty good at that. I'm going to try that again. I do that with my arts and my crafts. I buy a kit of something and I stare at it for the longest time. And then I try it and, oh my gosh, I had excellent results. Or, well, that's not how that's supposed to look. And then I put it down and then I think about it some more. And nowadays we can Google everything and there's YouTube videos out for everything. So that helps me greatly. And I try to teach the kids that it's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn and grow. But then I have to remember to tell myself that. This morning was a huge struggle for me getting out of bed. I did not want to get up. But I got my feet on the floor and I'm like, oh, I'm going to celebrate this as a win. And the more little things that I celebrate, the more hyped up I become and the day becomes better. I can't wait to get my first cup of coffee in. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to make my breakfast. It's going to taste just great. Trying to up my vibe, and I do it by trying to be cheerful. I do it by complimenting other people. Oh my gosh, that scarf looks amazing today. I love it. Where'd you get that? That's a really good color for you. And just saying simple things like that, people are not expecting it, especially nowadays, but it really makes their day too. So on their happiness, I get a happy kick. And that's good. Sometimes all we can do is celebrate putting your foot on the floor. Sometimes just getting out of bed is cause for celebration because there's days where it is super hard. This morning I knew I had to get ready for work. I have to get my coffee made. I still have to make my breakfast yet, but I wanted to get this video done. And it is what prompted me and pushed me to get up and moving and hit the floor, walking, not running, because it's early and I'm not running this early. I would trip and fall and then I'd crawl back in bed again. So no running allowed for me. But that's okay. Walking is still taking a step. Sometimes that's all we need, just a step. Whether it is opening a book to look at the instruction, whether it is making a phone call that we've been dreading. If you're like me, you play scenarios over and over and over and over again in your head of how you think the conversation should or could go. I think I do that because that way when it happens, I'm not really surprised. But then if I do those scenarios, am I putting that energy out into the universe thinking that's how it should go? Maybe I should stop that and just accept what happens. But that's really hard to do. So hopefully your week went great. It's Friday. Try to enjoy the day. Last day of the work week for me. Yay! Have a good weekend. I think it's supposed to be nice weather. Either that or rain, one of the two. And that's okay, because then I can get some stuff done in the house. I know I need to go grocery shopping. I think I'm almost out of eggs. All these important things I need to accomplish this weekend. It's going to be a very busy week next week. So I take the little wins as a win. I'll take it. Getting out the door on time today, I'm going to take that as a win. And I'm going to say, wahoo buckaroo. And talking to yourself, whether it's in your head or out loud, your body doesn't know, but it knows the words. Just like talking nicely to a house plant changes how the house plant thrives. We do it to animals. If you talk nice to an animal, the animal responds excitedly and yay! But if we talk mean and nasty to the animal becomes aggressive, or the animal slinks away and doesn't want anything to do with you. Same thing. We do it to our kids all the time. Yay, good job, way to go! And it hypes them up and they're excited. When my great nieces and nephews were going to school, I asked how they were going, and their mom's like, oh, I gotta get up, take them. And I'm like, putting that attitude out there isn't going to make them any more cheerful in the morning. And then you're going to have a big cluster trying to get them out the door and in a good mood. Said, how about you start it with, all right, it's a great day. We're going to have a good day. Let's get ready. Let's go to school. Yay, yay. And it made a huge difference in their morning routine. That is a huge win. And she should be celebrating that. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Remember, celebrate even just the small wins. Try something new. Crack open that book. Crack open the instructions. Just try it. What do you got to lose? A little embarrassment? In this day and age, it seems to be the rage. What's wrong with being embarrassed? I make a joke of it, and it makes it okay for that to happen to other people. It works. Have a great, fantastic weekend. I will check with you on Monday. Bye for now, everyone.